In this lecture, we are going to learn about scope. Actually, a scope work as a glue between view and controller. Mm, Currently, we have a controller called controller, and it's having object array. And in the HTML file, we have used ngRepeat to display this object array. And you can see in the app.js you used this keyword, and in the index.html also when you assign a controller you assign as object into a controller. But if you are going to use a scope, you can remove these things because the scope is work as a glue between view and controller. We will see how we are going to use a scope in the script file. First, I need to inject a scope into the controller. I'll use $mark scope, and in the function I need to get this scope return, and I just used a scope and I need to close this square bracket here, right? And I'm going to remove a scope. I'm going to remove this keyword using a scope. Right now you cannot see any data in the output. Now I am going to the index.html and I'm going to remove this controller as con1 thing. Just put only controller and we'll remove this con1 dot, and we'll see, yes, it works. I have used a scope, I have removed this, and I have used a scope. In the HTML file, I have removed as keyword as object assigning, and you can see the scope is work as a glue between controller and view. And I'm going to tell how to create sub application inside of the main application. Our main Angular application is app 12, and I'm going to create a sub application. For that, first create JavaScript file called product, and inside of JavaScript file I'm going to create the sub application or app equal angular.module. My sub application is products, and I'm going to get this the main application controller inside of the sub application, and I have created a sub application called product. Inside of that I have a controller, and I want to inject this sub application into main application. For that I'll create a dependency called products, and now I have created the main application called app12 and sub application called products. In the index.html I need to bring this JavaScript file src. Yes, you can see I have a main Angular application called app12. Inside of that I have a products sub Angular application, and in the sub Angular application having a controller with object array, and I have imported both the script files into the HTML, and you can see this controller is inside of this sub application, and ngRepeat object array is in the sub application, but I have called to the main application here. Now you can see how we can create sub applications inside of the main application.